Football, or soccer as it's known in some parts of the world, is more than just a game. It's a universal language spoken in every corner of the globe. Its history is as rich and dynamic as the sport itself, spanning millennia and evolving from chaotic ancient rituals to the beautifully orchestrated competitions we see today. The story of football begins thousands of years ago in ancient civilizations. One of the earliest recorded forms of the game was cuju, played in China as far back as 3000 BC. This early version involved kicking a leather ball into a small net, serving both as military training and entertainment. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece and Rome, games involving a ball were popular among soldiers, often to keep them fit and battle-ready. These games lacked the structure we know today, but laid the foundation for what would become the world's favorite sport. Fast forward to medieval Europe, and football took on a more chaotic and dangerous form. Known as mob football, it was played between rival villages, with hundreds of participants, and often had no clear rules. The objective? To get a ball, often an inflated pig's bladder, to a designated goal, sometimes as far as the next town. These games were rowdy, to say the least, with injuries and property damage being common outcomes. It was so unruly that kings like Edward II of England banned the game altogether, fearing it distracted men from practicing archery and led to public unrest. But football was resilient, and its popularity endured. By the 19th century, as the Industrial Revolution reshaped society, football began to evolve into something more organized. Cities grew, and with them came schools and universities, where young men formalized the rules of the game. One key turning point came in 1863, when the Football Association, FA, was established in England. This marked the beginning of what we now call association football, or just football. The rules set by the FA standardized the game, distinguishing it from rugby, which allowed carrying the ball. Goals were defined, fouls were penalized, and the chaotic nature of the sport began to fade. With these changes, football's appeal spread rapidly. The first ever international match, played in 1872 between England and Scotland, ended in a 0-0 draw but symbolized the sport's potential as a global unifier. As football grew, so did its reach. By the early 20th century, it had taken root in Europe, Latin America, and beyond. The creation of FIFA in 1904 further solidified its global presence, and the inaugural FIFA World Cup in 1930 in Uruguay marked the beginning of international competitions on an unprecedented scale. Over the decades, the World Cup has become the pinnacle of football, drawing billions of viewers and uniting nations through sport. Football's evolution wasn't just about rules and competitions. It was also about culture and identity. Clubs formed in towns and cities became symbols of local pride, and rivalries emerged that transcended the pitch. From the fierce El Clasico battles between Real Madrid and Barcelona to the passionate derbies of Buenos Aires, football became more than a game. It became a way of life. One of the sport's most fascinating linguistic twists is the term soccer. Originating in England as a slang abbreviation of association football, the term was widely used until the 20th century, when football became the dominant term in Europe. Ironically, soccer stuck in countries like the United States and Canada, where other forms of football, such as American football, took precedence. Today, football is the most popular sport on the planet. It's played on every continent, from the bustling streets of Rio de Janeiro to the icy plains of Greenland. The sport's simplicity, a ball and a goal, makes it accessible to all, while its rich history and thrilling competitions captivate millions. From the chaotic streets of medieval England to the packed stadiums of the FIFA World Cup, football's journey is a testament to its universal appeal and its ability to bring people together. It's not just a game, it's a celebration of human connection, competition, and culture. That's why it will forever be known as the beautiful game.